Who dare enter my domain? Don't start panicking now. You knew the chances you were taking when you came here for shelter. Speaking of which, what the hell were you doing out here in the middle of nowhere? I purposely had my castle built far away from people for a reason. Well, not at first. Okay, fine. You may stay here for now, but don't take this as an open invitation to take shelter until the storm lets up, whenever it does. Don't think I won't hesitate to literally kick a poor, hopeless, defenseless woman out back into the cold. I'm sure you won't be any trouble to me, and if you turn out to be trouble, you wouldn't live long enough for your brain to process your mistake. Speaking of which, give me your name. It fits you nicely, I guess. Who am I? Who am I? Well, you're probably too young to know who I am, putting into consideration how old I am. And you even reek of human youth. Pay no attention to that. You may not believe this, but back when your possibly great-great-great-grandparents were about your age range, I used to be a king who ruled over this country, and I had my queen by my side. My name was King Philitirion. It's Celtic for Lord of the Wolves, because as you can see up there on the wall, my family's coat of arms is of a half-man, half-wolf, with howling wolf supporters and a purposely blackened crown. We believed that we were connected to the wolves on a spiritual level, as well as coming together as man and beast, even in death, hence the black crown. When my beloved wife, Queen Dakiana, whose name just so happened to have some relation to the wolves, perished in the fire that was caused by a rival family's attack on my castle, it sent me into a fury. A lot of blood was shed that day. But, not to sound heartless, out of all the souls that perished that day, my soldiers, my butlers, my maids, and so forth, the one that crushed me the most was hers. She was the love of my life, the only person who saw past my flaws and loved me for who and what I was. Well, let's just leave it as I did some things that nowadays would be considered cruel and unusual punishments. I may have hurt people that deserved to be given a second chance. I may have imprisoned my fellow men that went against my orders and left them for dead down in my dungeons. But even through all of that, she saw past that and understood I had my weaknesses and flaws, as did she. We had planned for her to bear me a child who would take over the kingdom once she and I passed on. However, that night was the night of the attack. You can bet your ass I tried to save her. I did everything to bring her back. I even went as far as to venture outside of my castle, carrying her lifeless body covered in black ashes in my arms into the pouring rain. Much like tonight, I ventured far and wide to enlist the help of a witch that my father had banished for practicing her craft. I collapsed to the ground while somehow maintaining control of her body. I begged and I pleaded with her, and I was apologizing through my sobbing. It was to no avail. The witch, she stood towering over my body as I was on my hands and knees, and told me that this is what I deserve for my cruel behavior. She told me that for my punishment, I would be cursed to live till the end of time, that I was the reason for her perishing in that fire. She told me that because of my family's belief system about us and our connection to wolves, that I would be physically connected to them as well. Then she cursed me and turned me to this.
Get away from me! Stay away from me. I'm a goddamn werewolf. A monster. A killer. That's why I ordered the evacuation of all the other homes and told them to fend for themselves. Being on the street in the storm would be better than what I would have done to them. The first night I turned into this monster, I woke up next to a man's body that was beyond recognition. I guess the news didn't spread quick enough, and the poor man was at the goddamn wrong place at the goddamn wrong time. That is why I questioned your intelligence and if you knew who lived up here.
You want to know who lives up here? A person who used to be somebody before I let the power get to my head. I'm more beast than man. A beast that is unworthy of love. Get your fucking hand off me. What do you humans know about love? I've seen the way your kind treats it and throws it around. You humans throw around that word like it's just a fucking commodity. You had your heart broken too. And why should I believe a woman, or no, a human like you? Anyways, after all I just said. You were running away from a beast of a man too. Quite the choice of words. Wait a second. Let me see your face. Oddly familiar. Wait. Those bruises. He calls that? Forgive me if I don't share your anguish. If you want to see a beast, then I'll give you one.
This is what I am. Wait. What are you doing? Get back, please. Get back. The last thing I need is for more blood to shed in this castle. Get back. Do you know how long it's been since I felt the touch of another human woman? Over 400 years. How strange. Normally I would have taken a chunk out of your body by now. but my brain won't allow my body to do it. Why do you cry for my pain? That's all it is. My pain. No one else's. A beast like me doesn't deserve love. Fine. Since I know my monster self won't hurt you, at least, you can stay here. But just for tonight. My bedchamber is up those stairs and through the big red doors with the golden knobs. No, I will not stay. Just stay here for the night. I will return in the morning. Don't follow me. What is this power that this woman has over me? The only other woman to ever calm my beast side when I was human was my beloved? No. It couldn't be Dakiana. But how?